Alright, hello. We are live from the Dragon's Lair. I am David Wellick, and we're going to do some functional range conditioning today, some joint mobility movements. And I am here in the Black Dragon Yoga. I'm in the Dragon's Lair in Extreme Studio Performance gym here in Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to continue on build upon what we worked on last week, which is the CARs, the controlled articular rotations, as the warm-up. And I'm going to go through them a little bit faster than I did last time. If you have trouble with understanding exactly how to do the technique on this, you can go to the archives and find last week's edition of Functional Range Conditioning with me. And I'm taking a little bit more time with each individual movement. So we're going to go ahead and go through them, and I'm going to open you up into a few different other movements after that. So the CARs will serve as a warm-up, and then we'll get into some other fun stuff. So, okay, let's get started. So stand, feet shoulder-width apart, and let's go ahead and begin the irradiation through the body. We're going to inhale into the belly, in. Exhale, spill the tension out through the rest of the body, upper body, into the shoulders, clench the fists. I'm going to start with the neck. So drop the chin. Exhale, inhale into the belly again. Exhale, create that tension. From your chin to the shoulder. Take it straight back, all the way around the other side, and down. And rewind. Back to the shoulder, back, all the way over to the other side, and down, rewind, all the way back, and down. Last time. And down. Okay, take both arms straight forward like this. Pull the shoulders back into the capsule. Take this right hand straight up by the ear, externally rotate, and circle around. Internally rotate, take it straight back, externally rotate fully, all the way around, big circle, and back home. Again, pack the shoulders in, both, up, externally rotate, down, straight back, open, circle, and forward. Now, switch the other direction. You don't have to change your body position, I just wanted you to see this side. Alright. Corkscrew the feet into the ground, create that tension through the rest of the body. So radiate through the rest of the body. The only thing moving that's not so irradiated is this left shoulder. Alright, so pack the shoulder in, take it straight up by the ear. Externally rotate, continue, internally rotate to the hip, take it straight back, externally rotate, circle, all the way forward, last time up, externally rotate, internally rotate, to the hip, straight back, externally rotate, big circle, all the way forward, and relax. Check it out. Okay, so scapula. A few ways to do this one. I taught you one way last week. I'm going to teach you a different way today. So you're going to take your left arm behind the back, right arm forward, pack the shoulder in, corkscrew the feet, radiate through the rest of the body, open up about 45 degrees, drop the shoulder down, shoulder blade into the spine, and circle forward. Down, into the spine, circle forward. Now rewind, take it up, mini shrug, into the scapula, down, circle forward, last time, and circle, good. Switch sides, you don't have to change body position, I just want to show you the other side. So right hand behind the back, that pulls the shoulders back, okay, left arm forward, pack the shoulder in, open 45 degrees, drop the shoulder down, into the spine, circle, drop, into the spine, circle, rewind, up, into the spine, drop, circle, last time, up, mini shrug, down, and relax. Good. So, neck, go to humeral, shoulder, and scapula. Good. Done all those. So hands on the shoulders. So the radiation here is going to be from the waist down. Everything is solid down here. So there's going to be no hip movement with this spinal articulation. So hands on the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, slowly round the back forward until it sticks. And let's go to your right side. Rotate, bend, and take it back. Squeeze glutes, all the way over to the other side. Rotate and bend, back to center. Rewind. To your left, bend, straight back, all the way to the other side. Back home. One more time. Rotate to the right, bend, straight back, all the way over to the other side. Good. Back to center. Left, rotate, bend till it sticks, straight back, squeeze glutes, and center. Relax. Moving on to the elbows. So we'll do both this time. Last week we just did one at a time. We'll do both now. So pinky side in, rotating in, and lift both. Take the pinky toward the bicep, everything locked in. Turn the thumb side down. Turn as far as you can. Slowly push down. Good. One more time. Turn it over. Pinky side in, all the way up. Turn the thumb side down, pull through the feet in again, down. Good, now rewind. So, back side of the hand down, eyes the elbow forward. So, thumb side down, rotating, come up, all the way to the top. Turn it over, lead, thumb side down, all the way to the elbows straight. Turn the thumb side down, eyes the elbow still forward, lift, thumb side down, rotating, turn it over, pinky side up, thumb side down, and relax. Good. So wrists, we'll do two at a time this time. Elbows are glued into the rib cage, radiate through the lower body. So bring the pinkies toward each other. Come up, flex the wrist all the way out. Extend the wrist, wind, flex the wrist, in, extend the wrist, one more time, in, flex the wrist, circle out, extend, wind, circle in, and relax. Good. Moving on to the hips. So go to a wall and let's grab a hold, radiate through the body, through standing leg, which is going to be the leg that's closest to the wall. Radiate through this fist out to the side. Lift the knee. It sticks, open, it sticks. Internally rotate without leaning forward. No more bend, push straight back, and then down. Straight up, stick, open, stick, internally rotate, push back, and down. Now rewind, push the heel back, out to the side, internally rotate, forward, through, out, internal, forward, and through, and relax. To the side. Radiate through that fist, and the standing leg. This is going to be the leg closest to the wall. Knee up, open, internally rotate, push back, down, forward, open, internally rotate, push back, and down. Now push straight back, put the knee out, internally rotate, forward, through, open, Then rotate forward and through and relax. Good. Okay, come down to the floor. Let's move to the knees. So take your right arm through, sleeper hold, take the hand behind the knee, lift up, internally rotate the ankle, take it up, externally rotate, down, in, up, open, and down. Keep it open, take straight up, internally rotate, down, out, up, in, and down. And now slide the hand down to the shin, set the heel on the floor. Okay, we'll do some circles with the ankle. So I want you to push down into the brake pedal, and you're going to find a big circle. You're going to the edge of the capsule, the ankle capsule. So internally rotate, keep this tibia still by holding on with your hand. Come up, circle out, take it down, rewind, out, down to the brake pedal, push, internally rotate, up, out, big circle, down, out, up, internally rotate, and down, relax. Okay, let's move on to the other side. Okay, right arm through, sleeper hold, hand right below behind the knee, and lift the heel up. Okay, internally rotate, up, externally rotate, down, in, up, out, down, keep it out, up, in, and down, out, up, in, and down. Set the heel on the floor. So push down the brake, slide the hand in front of the knee, push the ball foot down, brake pedal, circle in, up, out, and down, rewind, out, up, in, and down, last time, in, up, out, and down, out, up, in, and down, relax. Good. So cars can be practiced, should be practiced every day. We have one more to do. We're going to work the toes. So stand, lift the big toes up, clench the fists, radiate through the rest of the body. Big toes down, little toes up. Little toes down, big toes up. Big toes down, little toes up. A pinky toe down, next toe, next toe, next toe. Lift all the little toes up, big toes down. Pinky toe down, next toe, next toe, next toe. And little one. Good. All right, very good. So today, I want to work on some shoulder mobility exercises first. And the first one is called the swimmer. Okay, the swimmer, what you can do is, you don't need any equipment for this. But if you have some, if you have a yoga block, then it will be useful for this exercise. I'm going to teach this one from prone position. So you're going to be on the floor. You can do it standing also, but teach you how it's done, and then you can vary it however you want to. Okay. So basically, what you're going to do. Also, I have some Indian clubs that I'm just going to use to make the irradiation a little bit more powerful. Okay, so you can just clench the fist to make the irradiation happen. Remember, radiation is just creating tension in the body. Okay, it's like flexing muscles. So radiation, but the Indian clubs are good. Also good are tennis balls. So you can clench the tennis balls and create that irradiation. Okay, very useful to isolate a joint. Okay, so swimmers. The block is for some place to rest my head. You don't need it. You can just be having head on the floor, just like this. It's fine. But resting on the block is what we're going to try to do. Okay. So if you have one, then. So I'm going to show the position from kneeling so you can see it from behind. What what the goal is here, okay? So, start out, fists behind the neck, elbows back, okay? So, start here, elbows back as far as you can, peel the hands away from the neck. Extend your shoulders, internally rotate, put it down, let's stick, shoulder blades together, and now bend only at the elbow to this position. So this is one, your end position, behind the neck is the starting position, okay? So you rest here. Okay. Extend, internally rotate, up, bend, and rest. Okay? So we're going to do that from on the floor. So, starting position, clench the fists, elbows up, peel off of the neck, extend through the elbow, internally rotate, down, hinge at the elbow only, and relax. Elbows up, back, peel off, extend, internally rotate fully, and up, without shrugging, hinge at the elbow, relax. Elbows up, shoulders back, peel off, extend, internally rotate, back, down, hinge at the elbow, back to home. Relax. Elbows up, peel off, extend, internally rotate, up, hinge, and relax. Elbows up, shoulders back, peel off, hinge, internally rotate, down, hinge, and relax. Elbows up, peel off, internally rotate, up, hinge, and relax. Do one more time. Elbows up, peel off, hinge, internally rotate, down, hinge, relax. Elbows up, peel off, hinge, internally rotate, up, bend, hinge, and relax. Okay, so that's the swimmer. There's a variation of the swimmer. It's also good. It's called the infinity. And so the infinity, you start top and bottom like this. Like that. Hinge, peel off, hinge, and rotate up and back. So that's a good variation. You can do them from a half kneel, like that, down, like that. All of them just offer different benefits, different body positions, and they all work. They all work. And you don't, as I said, you don't need these, but they're nice. These are just 1 pound Indian clubs. So those are useful. Again, fists work too. It's just easier to create the radiation when you have something like that. So if you can find something that's comparable to this around the house, then use that. Yoga blocks, again, not totally necessary, but it's useful in this one. Okay, so that was a good shoulder mobility exercise. Let's work on some hips. Okay, so we start in what's called the bear squat. Okay, so what you're trying to do here is pull the knees up as high as they can go and try to pull them, press them down toward the floor. Okay, so flex the ankle and irradiate through the fists. If you're not able to get in this position, you can always kickstand like this, put the hands back like this, open the knees out to the side. Alright, so you don't want them slid out this far, you want the knees to be up, on the knees down. So if you can, radiate through the fists, get tall, and hold. now we're going to do some hinging. So I'm going to have you hinge, let's just say right side. So right side first. So you're going to hinge in like this. Now when you do that, you're also pushing down the opposite leg. So this knee is going on the floor, externally rotating, as this hip is internally rotating. Okay, still have regular radiation. And then when you open, you start externally rotating. Continue to externally rotate this side. Okay, so you're not moving the hips around like that. You're going to see one is radiated, locked down, so you can move this one independently of the other. It may not go too far by itself. This will want to help. Don't allow that. So you're really trying to create independence of that joint, okay? So that if it can work well by itself, it will work extra well with the other joints, okay? So we just take the time to let this work by itself. Okay, so externally rotating, both knees down to the floor. Right side internally rotates. Now externally rotates. Now opposite side. Internally rotate, externally rotate. Let's go 2 in, out. 2 in, out. 3 in, out. 3 in, out. 4 in, out. 5 in, out. Push down both sides. 6 in, out. 6 in, out. 7 in, out. 7 in, out. Push down both sides. 8 in, out. 8 in, out. 9 in, out. 9 in, out. One more time, each side. In, out. In, freeze, out, freeze. Okay, back to the bear squat. Good. Now we're going to move to 90-90. So, turn the right hip internally rotate, turn over into a 90-90, which is going to create a 90-degree angle in this knee and this lower leg. Okay? So, still irradiating, and extend through the arms. Let's rotate to the left, back to center. I want you to drop down your chest toward the shin. Now come out, push through the shin. Push and down. Push, rotate open, center, down. Push just from the left. Push, up, rotate, 3, back to the shin, down, push through the shin, rotate to left, down, push the shin, 4, up, rotate, down to the shin, 5, up, rotate, down to the shin, up, push, 6, open, down to the shin, push, out, 7, down, push, up, 8, down to the shin, push, up, 9, open, down, 10, push, rotate, now, back to center, bear squat, knees down, hold the heels back if you can, now 90-90 this direction, turn, open, rotate, down to the shin, push out, 1, rotate, down to the shin, up, 2, rotate, down to the shin, 3, push, open, down, push, 4, twist, down, 5, up, twist, down, shin, 6, open, down, push the shin, 7, open, down, push, 8, down, push out, 9, shin, push, rotate, and 10. Back to center. Okay. We're going to do a little flow. So you're going to go 90-90 to this side, opposite side you just did. So rotate, hips up, down, slowly, bear squat, turn, shin box, up. This is called a shin box here. It's not so much a 90-90. Back, bear squat, 2, push, down, bear squat. Okay. Pull the shoulders back like that. Down, bear squat, open, out, center, 3, other side, 4, 4, back down, bear squat, 5, back, down, bear squat, turn, 5, down, bear squat, shin box, 6, slowly, bear squat, shin box, 6, back down, bear squat, up, bear squat, 7, down slowly, bear squat, bear squat, rotate, up, 8, bear squat, shift, 8, drop, 9, bear squat, rotate, up, 9, down, center, rotate, up, and relax. All right, good one. It's a shoulder exercise too, a shoulder burner. Okay, so if you have a shoe around, grab it, or the yoga block. We were trying to find an obstacle before you do the next exercise. Okay, so this is figure 4 position. Okay, so right leg forward. Set this block, your choice. You can set it this height, this height, this height for your next trick. So you don't know what we're about to do, you probably don't. Set it on the flat side, okay? So what we're going to do is radiate, lift that heel straight up, over, and down. Clear the obstacle. Up, over, and down, like that, okay? So it's not here, it's control. Okay? Up, over, down. The movement is straight up, over, and down. There's no rounding to it, okay? That's cheating. So we should go up, control, over, control, distinguish each point, okay? So we go with this height. All right, radiate. And let's go up, over, down. Up, over, down. That's 1. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. 2. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. 3. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. 4. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. No more challenge, lean forward. Hold it. Don't up, rock back and forth. So 5, over, down. Up, over, down. 6, up, over, down. Up, over, down. 7, up, over, down. Up, over, down. 8, up, over, down. Up, over, down. 9, over, down. Up, over, down. 10, up, over, down, up, over, and down. Relax. Feel that. Good. Okay. Some quad, some hamstring stretch, of course, hip flexor. But the obstacle is fun. My kind of fun. Okay, so figure 4, and set the block outside of the foot. Okay. Now you also can turn it this way too, so now you have the height, and then you have the minimum distance of it too. So that's probably the toughest. Okay. So if you want, you can try that too. So that's not for me. But maybe for you. Okay, so radiate, 1, over, down, up, over, down. There's 2, up, over, down, up, over, down. 3, up, over, down, up, over, down. 4, up, over, down, up, over, down. 5, up, over, down, up, over, down. 6, up, over, down, up, over, down. 7, up, over, down, up, over, down. 8, challenge yourself, over, down, up, over, down. 9, up, over, down, 9, up, over, down. 10, up, over, down, up, over, and down. Okay, good, doing that. All right, moving on. So let's continue with the hips. Let's go into a quadruped position. And we're basically going to do a section of the hip controlled articulation that we did over by the wall. Okay, so remember, for the hips, it was knee up, open, internally rotate, push back, and down. Okay, so you can do that from quadruped position from all fours. Right, so push the hands in the floor. Go, knees right below the hips. Come forward, open. So this is part of it. And so the rest would be up, open, back, through, up, into rotate, through, like that. Okay, so we're going to do a section of that and work out an angle for you to just enhance a little more mobility there. Okay? So forward, open, extend. Now in a circle. 2 small circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rewind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. So it's called axial circles. Smaller apart. Okay? So it takes more control. What you want to find is the in range of motion. Create circles from there, create some kind of movement from there. So what we're trying to do is not just stretch. You're going to find the in range. You're going to find that sticking point where no other joint is coupling with it, and then do some work. Okay? So what that tells the body is when the tissue is rebuilding, we're constantly under construction, when the tissue is rebuilding, the brain is also sending messages to the tissue to say, we are prioritizing not only a new range of motion, but to be able to work at that new range of motion. Okay, so it's not just sitting and holding a stretch, because the body gets a certain amount of feedback just from that. But if the body has to understand that, wow, not only are we required to be a new range of motion, but we need to also create some work from that because the new, fresh tissue that's laid down there will have those instructions. Okay, so over time, you start to see how the body just starts to become more mobile, more flexible. Okay? So you got to give it a good reason become more flexible. So it's only going to do so much work to conserve energy. So it's laying new tissue, and you don't use it in certain range of motion. The body won't just give you that range of motion. It's not going to give you that permission. It'll only give you permission if you actually explore it, do some work, and then move on. Okay? So you give you a lot of rest that time. Okay? So we're going to go other side. Whatever side you didn't do before. Corkscrew the hands in, knees down below the hips. You're going to bring the knee forward, open, extend. Now circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't let it drop too much. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If you cramp, that's fine. That's pretty normal because you're really exploring. You're hitting those edges. Your body's not used to that. So that one's tricky, and the axial rotations are kind of tricky because you're trying to explore that end range, but then not drop too far out of it when the circle happens. So hit that end range here. And circle. You can see that end range. Circle, circle. That small circle. Okay, so if you're here, you can do those circles here too. Okay, so there's value in creating those little axial rotations in all different ranges of motion. Okay, so let's do one more thing. Okay, so again, we'll stick with the hips. Got a little bit of shoulder work in addition to the cars, and we'll just focus a little bit more on lower body today. Next week, I'll just introduce some new stuff to you. So again, if you're unfamiliar with the cars and you had a little trouble with that, go back to last week's episode, and I spent a little bit more time with each one. And if you have any questions about this, you can contact me through ESP's website, Extreme Studio Performance, or the Instagram page, or also on Black Dragon Yoga. That's my page, my personal page. You can contact me through that, ask me questions. If you need these, and I'll move a little bit quickly through some of this stuff. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. So anyway, the last thing we do, let's move into frog position. Walk the elbows back. And you're going to slide your foot out away from each other, both feet away from each other. Walk the elbows back as far as you can, and just drop into the frog spot. One of my favorites. I noticed some of the most profound changes in my hip development and mobility, really just exploring this position for long periods of time. So holding 5-10 minutes at a time. I'm not going to do that today. But there's a lot of value in regular exploration of this movement. So you can do the frog squat every single day and get benefits from it. 3 or 4 times a week, a few minutes per day, would make a big difference, especially if you have a job where you're seated a lot. This is a good counteractive movement for that. Okay, so the hips, you can rock little micro pulses here a little bit. That's helpful. You can kind of slide around in it. But then, once you've explored it a little bit, just sit back and hold. Okay? Hold that stretch. Walk the elbows back a little bit more. If you start to feel numb in that area, if you feel a lot of stretch, you're good. Hold back. If it's painful, walk out of it a little bit. Okay? And then if you feel like you can come back, then walk the elbows back again. Sit in good hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the knees toward each other. That's the action that you're going to request of the hips. Okay, so you're going to do adduction of the hips. So you're going to bring the knees toward each other. Now, since you're in this position, there probably won't be that much movement. The knees won't be able to slide on. They shouldn't be able to slide on the floor like
unless you relax yourself and slide out like that. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to still stay in position, lock down, but bring your knees toward each other. And that's your request from the hip. So hip abduction. Okay? So we're going to go from a relaxed state. That's our zero. That's our zero position. And I'm going to ramp this up all the way to 10. So when I say 1, it's about a 10% contraction. 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way up to 10. Okay? Let's go. 0, let's go 1, ramp it up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maximum contraction, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Walk the elbows back a little bit, let's hold that new range that you created. Okay? So hopefully you're able to get a little deeper into your hips. So you earned that. So don't move out of it. You earned it. So stay in it. We are going to earn another level in a few more seconds. Okay, again, you're going to ramp up from 0 to 10. Just bring your knees toward each other. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Good. Good. So now slide the heels away from each other again. And we're going to now do the hip abduction. We're going to do hip abduction. So you external rotate. In order to do that, you're going to think about your lower leg from the knee down, knee to ankle, and you're going to take it if you had, almost like you had puppet strings from the knee up to the ceiling, ankle up to the ceiling, pulling the lower legs up to the sky. Both of them at the same time. Okay? So you probably shouldn't see any movement at all when this happens, but that's the action you're going to request in the hips. Okay? So walk the elbows back. You're going to do hip abduction, external rotate from 0 to 10. Relax right now at 0. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Sit back. Elbows back a little bit. Good. Feet away from each other. Last time. So lift the lower legs to the ceiling. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Slowly out of the position. Knees together. Around a little bit. Let's push back into child pose. Sit back. Drop the head. Inhale deeply in. Exhale, drop the shoulders. One more time, fill up the lungs in. Exhale, drop the shoulders. And slowly come up. That's it. Thanks very much. Again, if you have any questions about what we did today or any requests through the functional range system, you can check out, I think it's functional range system, functional anatomy, that's what it is. So it's a Kinstretch system, FRC, functional range conditioning, all that stuff. So there's a lot more information about how the system works. But if you have questions, let me know, and I'll talk you through it. And I'll see you on Thursday. I'm going to do an animal flow class at 12 o'clock and from the Dragon's Lair, and I'll see you then. Thanks very much.